Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream here at my YouTube channel. This is the weekly live. I'm back here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. In fact, next week I will be on location, I guess you could say. I'll be visiting Jennifer McGuire, so please come back next week at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm hoping I can convince Jennifer to come and craft with me. She might not, just because she was trying to convince me to craft with her during her live on Saturday, like 2 days ago. And I had already committed to play Mahjong with some friends. And so I just watched her live for about an hour and then I had to bounce so I could go play some Mahjong. But so she was teasing me like during the live. She's like, she's not even going to come craft with me. Anyway, long story short, I will be at Jennifer's house next week. The pressure will be on. She'll probably join me. And it's always fun to go live from her house because she's got like her lovely assistant, her brother Mike. So he will probably be able to help me on my live as well. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Tonight, I'm going to be playing with just one product, just one from my new release. And that's the only thing on this card. We're going to use a die set. We're going to use every single die, every single greeting. And it's kind of like a clean and simple card, but there's a lot to it. So let's jump in. Okay, so when I was coming up with the idea for this card, I was like, I want to plan this out because it is so clean and simple and there are a lot of elements. And so I totally made like a digital version. So I'm going to show that to you right now. This is where we're headed. We've got a very pale gray background on the card, a bunch of white greetings, and then a colorful background. Like the die set has a shadow around it. Like there's a shadow die that's separate. You see that? So I'm going to cut that out and then use inks to make a really colorful background. To go behind that one greeting. So this is a way to stretch this one die set and really get a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, let's get rid of that little guy. Well, actually, we might bring him back in a minute. We'll bring him back. For now, you get me in the corner. So because there are so many things I need to die cut, I actually counted on my computer. I need 6 of the hi, 6 of the hello, and also 6 of the hey you stacked. Well, not 6, but like 3 and then 3 that are stacked. So plus the one shadow. Okay, so let's get going here on all this die cutting. I've also done a little bit of prep and I have a bunch of sheets of 80-pound Neenah Solar White with Altenew full sheet adhesive on the back, because I think that's going to be the easiest way to cut all of these out and then adhere them to the card front. In fact, let's do the card front now. Look at this really pale gray. This is Fog Cardstock from Spellbinders. Let me grab a card front here. Compared to the white of this card front, it's so super pale. I'm going to adhere the Fog Cardstock to the front of the card. And then as I start taking these off, actually, now that I think about it, I probably should do the colorful shadow background first, because then as I cut these out, I can start adhering it to the card. So let's do that. I'm going to cut the background for the hey you first. All right. We're going to cut this one and then do the inking on it. Going to be using a bunch of the new C9 colors. So we'll ink that up first and then we'll do all the other die cutting. Oh, Michelle, thank you. That's so sweet. Michelle just sent me a super chat. I will grab a coffee. I will grab a decaf coffee because I am not doing caffeine right now and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. So I will, but you know what? I've discovered that the decaf latte at Starbucks is not that bad. It's okay. All right, I'm going to set these aside for a minute and we'll do this inking. Now, it's a kind of a really small square. I mean, look at that. It's not very big, but We're going to pack a lot of colors on there. I'm hoping this works. Gosh, y'all, I don't know that I've ever tried to put 5 different colors on a piece of cardstock this tiny. We're going to try it. Hopefully it works out. Okay, so I like to use a just piece of inexpensive like printer computer paper for ink blending because I like to be able to see where the ink is going. Yeah. Beth is surprised I'm still on the decaf bus. You know what? I did notice a really big difference in my ears. Like I'm doing it like experimentally to see if it helps my clogged ear issue that I've got going. And it does seem to help, dang it. I wish it didn't. Because then I'd be back to having my lattes and chai tea and all that. But no, I did find a decaffeinated chai tea, which I've been using. Okay, I've got some really fun colors for this right here. Some of you might recognize these. These are from a color palette that I think, was it Greg? I think Greg shared this color palette during Winter Retreat. And I thought this was really fun. It uses 3 of the new colors. We've got Basil, Capri, and Berry Kiss. And then Starfruit and Wildberry are colors that have already been in the C9 family for a while. Have I ever had an ear lavage? What is that? What does that mean? The no caffeine is because I suspect that I have, I think they, I can't remember. It's a variation of eustachian tube dysfunction where caffeine can cause it to happen more often, and dehydration. So there we go. All right, I'm starting with Starfruit. In fact, maybe I should zoom in here since this is such a small little square that we're going to be blending today. Oh my word, so teeny tiny. Okay, here's Starfruit. Do I do my yellow blending brush? I guess I do. Okay. I'm actually going to take me off screen here for a minute. And I'm going to put our lovely little card sketch back up here. Well, you can stay right there. That's going to help me remember where I'm inking and not bring it in too much in any one area. But I'm trying to recreate that little square. Oh, earwax. No, it's nothing to do with earwax. It's definitely eustachian tube dysfunction. I went to an ENT years ago and they suspected it was allergies. It was not allergies, although I do have allergies, and it probably contributes. All right, going on to Basil. Oh my word, I've never used this ink pad. There we go. It's like you have to like break the seal in order to get into it. And I'm sort of afraid that it's going to be super juicy. It's not too bad. I think it will definitely stamp onto the cardstock. So I'm going to come in here and do it very lightly. I do want it more saturated than that, but how long have I been off caffeine? Probably like a month at this point. I never had caffeine so often that I had withdrawal. Yeah, I didn't have headaches or anything, thankfully. I really, honestly, I only had caffeine maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah. But I did notice that when I did not have caffeine, that the symptoms were less. So, yeah. The next color I'm moving on to is Capri. I'm just kind of like going around in that circle. And this is also the first time I've used Capri. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I have used it. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, have I? I most definitely have. Okay, and on this side, I've got to do Capri, Berry Kiss, and Wildberry. So I need to make sure that the Capri is overlapping the green quite a bit to really get lots of color on here. And of course, a little bit of that Wildberry can go over into the Starfruit, and I want it to do that. I want it to kind of mix over there, but all right, there's Capri. The next color is Berry Kiss. Let me see if I can get this open. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll grab, Berry Kiss is very, very pinky, so I'm going to grab a pink. I don't want to go too dark or too light. There we go. Yeah, I'll do that blending brush. All right, what is on the edge of this cardstock? A little fuzzy thing. Okay. Ooh, Berry Kiss is very, very juicy. I might not need the Wildberry depending on how much I get this Berry Kiss here in this corner. I'm not sure if I'll need it. I think when it comes to the caffeine thing, I don't feel the effects of the caffeine very much. It doesn't affect me. I have to have a ton of it to really affect me. I think I like the ritual of, like, you know, having a warm drink or an iced drink or something like that. I think I like the ritual of it more than the actual caffeine itself. So that's why going to decaf is not that big of a deal, other than, you know, I'm wasting a whole lot of money. Coming in with Wildberry. And I say wasting money because like, I've invested in all this really nice coffee and tea and everything, and then now I can't drink it. Okay, I do want to get a little bit of an orange shade right there. I'm getting a little bit there. I think I'll come back in with more Starfruit and see if I can get that to overlap and create an orange shade even more. I believe in the original color palette that Greg shared, Creamsicle was in it too, but I decided that this was such a small little square that it probably would work out to eliminate the Creamsicle and instead just let the Starfruit and the Wildberry overlap to get more orange. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. I like that. And it looks really close to my example up there, which I love. Okay. I've done all of our inking. I can zoom out now. We're going to do a whole lot of die cutting. I can get this to zoom out. Okay, come on. I think my little remote here is dying. I have to put in a battery in it or something. Okay, so I'm going to take this off screen. I'll put me back up in the corner. Hello. And I will set this aside safely. And we will start in on all of the die cutting. BRTIs, I'm not sure how to say. It's listed in the video description. It's Dazzle Dry, the color Rose Quartz. Okay, so I can just start die cutting all this. And I know that I need 6 of every single greeting. You know what? I forgot that I was going to glue that colorful piece down so I know what I'm doing. Oops. Let's pause that for a moment and come back to the card. And we'll just get this adhered. So I'm putting this Fog Cardstock, which is from Spellbinders. I'm just putting it directly down onto the card front. I only have I bought 2 12 by 12 sheets of all of the Spellbinders colors of cardstock, and So I'm using them very sparingly. Otherwise, I probably would have just made the whole card front out of this. Okay, so there's the fog. And then I'm going to be putting this, I don't know. I need my picture again. Let's bring back the picture. Oh no. Where is it? I've got to take me off screen. That's why. Okay. All right. I need it kind of about right there. I think I will put it on some foam tape. I'll just cut this foam tape. No, that was really not a good size of foam tape. That's okay. We'll do this. That still was not a very good size of foam tape. Apparently, I'm just going to be using a whole bunch of little scraps of foam to put this together. So many little bits of foam. All right, and I'm just going to eyeball where it's going on the card. I know it's going to be a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay, out this direction. All right, I think I'm going to hold this with tweezers. Kind of like look at this and try to get it in the right spot. About like right there, I think. Yeah, I haven't pressed it down, but I think it's about right there. All right, now I've pressed it down. And now we are ready to start doing all of the gluing down the stuff. Okay, I'm actually going to move this over here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Lovely. So now I'm going to die cut these. And the reason why I wanted to have everything ready to go is because those have adhesive on them. So I can start putting them on the card front right away. If I can get this to come up. Oh, cut the whole thing out. Well, that's okay. Ooh, it didn't cut through that one. It's still in the, oh, it's still in the die. That's okay. No worries at all. This actually is going to work out to our benefit. Let me grab, because now I can get rid of all the little interior pieces. Da-da. Okay, so now it's just the die that's in there. And let's see. We're putting it directly in the center. On this. And then I can just, hopefully it'll release from the die easily enough once it's adhered. Now, I just inked up this cardstock. It might be wet. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, it's not working. I'm going to have to pop it out like normal because the ink is kind of wet. Okay, I'm just going to set that one aside because I don't need that one quite yet. But I am going to take this one. Hopefully this doesn't backfire and then I don't have any, I'm going to have to die cut them all separately. Okay, I'll just put that right there. Hopefully since this is going down to dry cardstock. Oh, perfect. I love it. Love. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this hello here. Oh, the whole thing wants to come out. No, I liked the whole, in the die thing. There we go. Get rid of the interior pieces. And then I can take this hello And it looks like maybe go put it right here. Get that nice and straight. And then just use my little piercing tool to poke that. Hopefully get everything. Oh, lovely. I love it when a plan works out. Okay. All right, so let's cut out this hello again, and we'll cut out the hi. There's not room for the hey you on that one, but I can get another piece of cardstock going. And I'll just put another hey you there. Since these have to all be cut 6 times, might not even be 6 times because you can see in the example that there was more space over here. I don't know that I'll need them, but we'll see. Okay. I'm looking for another spot that uses the word hi. Looks like I can put one down here. Just trying to get it about the same distance away as the other ones. Then I can just lift this up gently. That H is right on the edge there. There we go. Uh-oh. The little I dot is still in the die. There we go. And then I can just flip this over and snip those off. Lovely. Okay. And then we have another hello. So this is kind of tedious, but I really think it's going to be worth it. I also kind of figured that it would be easier to do this with the Altenew adhesive sheets. Maybe it's not worth all the trouble, but I thought I'd try it. All right, so now we will do another hello. We can put it right below this hi right here. Another one that's hanging off the edge. Just peel that up. Oh, Peggy, yes, I heard, I was watching as well. Okay, hello. That's what it looks like. Hello. Okay, this one's fully cut. I need to move it so I don't accidentally put something on top of it. And then this one is all cut too. Yeah, this is the tedious part. Oh no. Okay, there we go. It's safe. What program do I use to mock up my cards? All of my products are designed in Adobe Illustrator, so I just do it in there. Illustrator is my jam. I've been using it since I was in college. All right, we'll put that right there. Or do we have a spot that's ready for it? Not yet. Oh, I guess I could put one up here. Looks like it's right there. Just like holding this up so I can see exactly where it needs to be placed. Okay. I will definitely teach Mike how to play Mahjong because my husband knows. Actually, we won't have to because Sika will be there. Sika knows how to play. So yeah, we'll have 4. We'll be good. All right. I need another Hey You. And then I think I might be able to get another hello out of this one. In fact, 2 more hellos. I think that might be the only ones I can get out of this sheet. So I will do a row of hi right here. Yeah, I know I'm changing the design. Because I'm not going to need as many. I'm spreading them out more. They're a little more compact. They're a little more compact on the mock-up. But that's okay. Alrighty. I'm changing it on purpose. Okay. Did I get everything? Everything except this one dude. There we go. All right, and then let's see. We need a high right here first. So let's get this one. Okay, because we need to get it lined up with this bottom corner. About like that. Lovely. Really press that down. Yeah, any die cuts that are square like this, you could do it directly like this idea. Or if you have just like a bunch of like flowers, you could just build a whole background like this. Like do all white on gray. And then when you're ready to like do something in the center, just have a really colorful greeting for the center. Okay. You know what? I might be able to like salvage this other half that gets cut off and move that to like over here or something. I think that could look really cool. And I wouldn't be wasting anything. It really doesn't want to come out. Come out. There we go. Okay. Oh, Maureen, I'm so glad you bought some of the release. That'll be fun. I'm hoping to use more and more of it over the next little bit. Like all month long. Okay. And then I might as well just use the other side and just come in here. I mean, why not, right? Since it's just such a small little thing. Hi, Delia. Okay. Oh, one little part cut off a little bit more than I meant to. There we go. I have so many little scraps of cardstock over here. It's crazy. All right, we have a hello that I cut out. And I think we'll put it right up here. Do need to get rid of the little interior pieces though. Okay. Then we can put that right up here. Oh, that's perfect. And then I can use that down here. Well, no, maybe just right down here. There won't be enough room otherwise, or enough of the die cut. Okay, I'll just poke those out a little bit up there. Hopefully I can just tip this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, it's really gonna, yeah, it's gonna cut. It's not gonna be connected anymore. I'm gonna have to cut it out again. It's fine. Because it's just gonna have the outer frame. Yeah, all those little pieces. Okay. I'm so glad so many of you got the release. You're just waiting on your deliveries. Has anyone received theirs yet? Okay, let's see here. I think I'll do a hi, and then, yeah, we'll just do a few more here. Need to do hello. I can cut this cardstock down. Okay. We can get one more hello out of that. And then out of this other one, another hi, and another hey you. Lovely. Oh, Diana's getting hers tomorrow. Yay, Nanette got hers today. Yes, I like what Crafty Kiwi Mama says. So restful puzzle piecing the elements. Yeah, a little bit like that, right? Okay, where are we putting this hello? Well, we're going to use the one end, so maybe we'll have it coming off the side, and then we can use the other end. Okay. Where's my little scrap paper? So I can get the little interiors. There we go. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. We'll do, basically it's just going to be the H. Okay. And then I could put it down here, or, well, let's cut this off first. Okay. I just need to get the top of this. All right, and then I was thinking just the end of this. Chris Shepard says she placed 2 orders, one with Simon, one with Concord. The Simon one came today, but the C9 hasn't shipped yet. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Between the color release and like the regular products, I'm sure they are just swamped. And I do know there was a delay with some of the color stuff. So if you had any of that on your order, that might delay shipping as well. Okay. We'll do our little high here. Oh, the whole thing popped out. That's the first time that's happened. That's okay. We'll just peel up our little sticker. Lovely. And I think I'll put it right here. Might be able to use the little corner right here that I'm cutting off. Just like right here. Yeah, perfect. That's crooked. Eh, it's not perfect. That's okay. But that fills in the background. And I just need to make sure everything's pressed down really well. That really doesn't want to cut like that, does it? There we go. Ew, I love how this looks. I did lose the eye. It's still in the die, I think. Yep, it's still in the die. The little backing is still on it. There we go. Get the backing off. And I can place it right over the top. And just press that down. There we go. Ta-da! That one looks like it's not on it either. Oh, it's not. Okay, hold on. Where are my tweezers? We have a rogue tittle. Do you guys know that? Oh, where'd it go? It's on my lap. I found it. Come back. I'm trying to pick it up very gently with my tweezer so it doesn't freak out again. The dot on an eye is called a tittle in typography terms. Oh my word. This thing is like flying all over the place. I'm trying to get the release paper off the back. Come on. I am this close to just die cutting it again out of regular cardstock. Oh, there we go. Found it. Got it. Okay. Okay, come off the tweezers now. There we go. Lovely. Okay. All right, so now I can take the Hey You, and I'm thinking I might want to just put some liquid glue on the back because this is probably still a little bit wet, but the liquid glue will make it stick. And we can take that off screen. Hello. Peggy says she needs more magnet sheets. Any suggestions? Well, I've moved to only putting my most used dies on really heavy magnet boards. And the ones I use are from Stampin' Storage. But if you put magnet sheets in your storage pockets with your dies or something like that, I have not found a really good one. The ones I keep buying on Amazon turn out to be flimsy. And they're not as good. So your guess is as good as mine. Maybe there'll be some good suggestions in the comments. Yes, Lawn Fawn are really heavy duty as well. Oh my word, it's stuck to the tweezers. Come, get off the tweezers. Okay, there. Okay. I do have a little bit of glue kind of squidging out. I'm kind of going to clean that up a little bit. Lovely. So the card would be done just like that, except I really want to do, I really want the Hey You stacked. So I'm going to cut it out one more time after this. Or maybe having it just stacked this one will be okay. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I think I got them all out. So now I can just grab the whole thing. And then I'll just use my tweezers to get it in place right on top. And I'm just kind of like adhering from one corner. And then you can kind of pinch them a little bit to make sure that it's lined up. Let me zoom in here a little. Oh my word, this remote, it's gonna kill me. Okay. Also got little adhesive bits everywhere. Okay. So I'm like pinching the areas until they kind of stick together. And then I'm going over top and pressing everything down. All right, I'm going to cut one more of the Hey You, just so that we'll have 3 stacked up. We'll stick that on, and then the card will be done. This was so fast, you guys. 45 minutes, and I included all the die cutting. Unreal. That blows my mind when a card comes together so quickly. I thought for sure this would take at minimum an hour because of all the die cutting and the ink blending and all that. But no, it was really speedy. No complaints here. Okay. See if we got everything out. Come on. There we go. And when I'm stacking them, I like to pop them out of the die so that I can really see what I'm doing. There we go. And then I can just use my tweezers to get it lined up. So once again, I'm just starting in this top corner, getting that lined up, and then coming down, and I can get the outer frame lined up. And then I can come in and press down on the letters. Okay. Oh yeah. I really like it stacked. Do you guys see that? It looks really good, all stacked. Makes me think of like tiles on the floor, you know? I also really like to use the full sheet adhesives from Altenew for intricate dies like this because it's just so clean. There's like no glue anywhere, and it just works out so well. Let me clean up a bunch of this over here and get the dies back on their packaging sheet. I'm like, where did the dies go? They're like lost in my mess here. Like literally, I don't know where the high die is. Where did you go? I don't want to accidentally throw it away. Here it is. Found it. It's got stuff all stuck to it. Okay. This was so quick. Stick around. We'll do a Q&A of some sort here at the end. Those of the people watching the edited replay, they'll just have to come and watch it on the full replay, because I'm not gonna, I'll edit all the Q&A out. If you guys have specific questions, oh, here it is. Delia, what color is the base cardstock? It's from Spellbinders. It's their color Fog. And I am rationing my 2 sheets that I have of it. So I most definitely did not make the whole card out of Fog. I just cut a card front. Okay. I'm just getting all this out of the way. All right, and then I'm gonna do a little spiel for those watching the edited replay. I have little bits of cardstock stuck to my nails and hands everywhere. Okay, am I all good now? Okay. So here is the finished card. Let's take a look at it up close. You can really see the dimension on those stacked die cuts. I think it just looks phenomenal. I think it turned out really well. It looks almost exactly like my digital mock-up. If anything, I just spread out all of the die cuts a little bit more than what it was on the mock-up. But I think that really worked to my advantage because I didn't have to cut out quite as many. Anyway, make sure you come back next week. Well, I have to back up. I have an edited video for you guys at the end of this week, so watch for that. And then next Monday, I will be visiting my friend Jennifer McGuire out in Ohio, and we will be together for my live on Monday. I think we're going to be doing a live with her on her channel later in the week, next week as well. So thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. All right. All right, let's see here. We're going over questions. Let's see here. Let's see if I can. I was trying to figure out if I could do a split screen, but I don't know that I can. It's not set up. That's okay. We'll just go to this one. Okay, so if you have questions, let's see. Laura's saying, can you make a wide frame for A2 and A7 for shaker cards? Waffle Flower, I think, has some like that. I'm pretty sure. Or it might be Mama Elephant. Do you guys know? I know there's a company that has like specific shaker frames. Do I have any plans for making some sets for A6? No, I don't really make A6 cards myself. So I don't know. I don't know how popular A6 cards are. I know A6 envelopes. I have those because I have them for all my A2 cards that are like super thick, like big shakers that don't fit in a regular A2 envelope. So I bought A6 envelopes. I have that. Janie says, watch out for that snake in your bed when you're at Jennifer's. Well, there better not be, because Jennifer knows I will be the first one out the door. Oh, thank you, Beth. I'm going to scroll up and see if there's any other questions that I missed. Let's see here. Just scrolling through. Answered the cardstock question. Let's see here. Marie, this is true. This is such an unreal idea. It looks like it took much, much longer, right? I guess it helps that I had it planned out, because if I didn't already have it planned out, there would be a lot of like hemming and hawing and trying to figure out where things go. But I kind of had a map in my digital mock-up. So that really helped, and it helped it go much more fast. So I've done it once, so you guys can just use mine as an example. So that helps. Let's see here. Looking for any other questions you might have. What is my favorite color? It really depends. I do love red, but I don't do like a ton of red in crafting unless it's, you know, during C9 summer camp, and it's Poppy. Wink, wink. I can't wink. That's my attempt. I can't wink. I'm like, I cannot wink. Don't you guys be taking screenshots of that, okay? Don't forget to fix Jennifer's camera. Well, I will try. We'll see. Jennifer asked me to make A6. Well, that means she'll probably use it, which might make me start using it. So we'll see. Any luck with the stain on my Dead and Company shirt? I haven't done it yet. I need like some time, because I know it's going to be like, let it soak for a few days. And like, I've got a whole plethora of ideas to try to fix it. Let's see. How long does it take to get your sold out stuff back in stock? It really depends. Usually at minimum 3 weeks, but I don't even know. I think things have kind of slowed down because of tariffs. And I do know a lot of things are getting stuck in customs. Unfortunately, we have no dye manufacturers in the United States, so we have to get them overseas. So we are sort of at the mercy of customs when things come in. I mean, who knows? They could get an order to the port in LA, and sometimes they'll release it in like 24 hours. Other times it's like 3 weeks. Who knows? Sorry, I had like a hair that's like stuck to my lips, lip gloss. That was annoying. Okay. Let's see here. How does Aster compare with Lilac? Aster is darker. Hold on, let me switch to my overhead, and I'll just show you the ink pads so you can see the difference, because that really is about what it is. That's a difference. Will I be at Create? I will not. C9 will have a table there. I think Betsy, I'm not sure if she's in the chat tonight. I don't know if I've seen her. I know Betsy and our other friend Tina will be manning that table. Okay. Chrislyn, your husband thought my wink was adorable. It's atrocious, but thank you. I'll let my shirt soak while I'm at Jennifer's. It might take that long. Scrolling through. Oh, me too. Crafty Kiwi Mama says, love the way the rainbow works as a spotlight for these cool word dies. Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way that I could use all the dies kind of by themselves with like nothing else. And this is what I came up with. I really like how it turned out. Okay. Let's see here. Andrea, cat hair or human hair? I think that was my hair. I think it was my hair that was stuck to my lip. At least I would hope so. I have not kissed the cats since I put lip gloss on. You know. Let's see. When will I stock up on Essential Die Set? I know it's on order. Like I said, we're kind of at the mercy of when they can get things shipped to us. But it's been out of stock for a while. So I know it's probably coming back in stock very soon. Use that like notify me when back in stock little feature on the C9 shop, because they will send you an email when it's back in stock. Okay. Thin frames is sold out. And what would the next size do you recommend for an A2? The A2 thin frames is sold out. What would the next size do you recommend for an A2 card? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're asking. Thin frames should also be coming back soon. I think more thin frames is also out of stock. I think all the, you guys, I'm so sorry. It's hard to anticipate how much to order of each of these. Let's see here. I love one of your cards from your release that Jennifer raved about. Floral with frames and greens and blues. What were the colors? Hold on. Let me see if I can. I have all of my release cards right here. Hold on. And then you're going to have to tell me which one it is that you were wondering about. Blues and greens. Oh, I know what one she's talking about. This one. That's the one she's talking about, right? Harbor, Juniper, and Midnight. Those are the blues on this card. So Midnight and then Harbor. I'm going from like the interior of the card outward on the frames. So it's Midnight, Harbor, Gold, Midnight, Harbor, Juniper, Midnight, Gold. Ta-da! And then I'm trying to remember. I think the flowers were blended with Juniper and Tide Pool. And then the leaves are avocado and artichoke, I believe. Is the more thin frames, would it be a good replacement or is it bigger than A2? More thin frames has, I'll show you, hold on. Let's see, A2 and A7, okay. So, in fact, in the live I'm doing with Jennifer next week on her channel, we're going to be going through and explaining this because, anyway, so originally when the thin frames were released, they are this, A2 and A7. When I added the more thin frames, I wanted a size in between. So that's when I added these. So even though technically these two frames, these two frames that I just added on, they are not in the thin frames die set, I still keep them on the same sheet. So the regular thin frames, you're going to get 2 frames on each size. When you buy more thin frames, you're getting an additional frame for each one, plus the interior greetings, which I have them here somewhere. I'm not sure where I put it. I have them here somewhere. I can't find it. Anyway, so that is what it is. I tend to find myself using the more thin frames size more than anything. I'll do the outer and then this next one in. This one right here is a little bit smaller. It's this size right here. The gold that's on the inside, that is the smallest size. So that's where it is. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Let's see here. Do I have an April calendar for my premium members? I do. I posted it on April 2nd. So if you go to my YouTube page and then go to community or posts, depends on if you're on your mobile or the web or regular browser when you're looking at it. And then scroll down to April 2nd and you'll see the calendar. Okay. Let's see. Love the frame, just wish it was wider. If you're looking like for just slightly wider than my thin frames, I did a set of thin frames for Simon's Stamp years ago, which I believe they still sell. Theirs are just teeny tiny bit thicker. So check out those. They're just a teeny tiny bit thicker. Hold on, let me see if I have them over here in my stash and I can show you. And then you can just compare. They're really close. But like if you want it just teeny tiny bit thicker, the Simon's Stamp ones might have it. Okay, hold on. All right, this is like bringing out the depths of my dies. Okay, hold on. You know what? Actually, I think they're at my desk because I think I put them on magnet sheets like a million years ago. I think I still have them. I think I still have them out. Hold on. Oh, hey. The frames for shaker cards, waffle flower nesting rectangle frames. There you go. For the person who's asking about shaker card, there you go. I just have this like bin of like like basic die sets, and oh, maybe I don't have the Simon thin frames in here. I'm not finding them right away. I don't have them. Sorry, y'all. Do I still design for Simon? I do not. I'm only designing for my line at Concord and Ninth. When I did that back in 2024, it was a very clean break. I wanted to make sure that there was no overlap. Let's see. Let's see, hold on, I'm scrolling back. Cat hairs do float on a breeze. It is true. Let's see. Yeah, I think all the detailed frames, I think it's just the A2 detailed frames that are sold out right now. The A7 are still in stock. Can you talk about joining subscribing to your channel? Okay, so when I talk about premium members here, somewhere where you're watching me, you might see a join button. If you click on the join button, it takes you to some info about that there's like 2 different levels of members for my premium members. There's supporter and supporter plus. So if you are a supporter, I think you pay $4.99 a month. I think that's right. And that gives you access to 2 member lives every month, as well as a member Zoom call. It doesn't list it there because it's like off platform, but we do a Zoom call and you're welcome to join. You can also just like sit back and watch, or you can join in the chat. We talk crafting and everything not crafting as well. And then we have a members retreat coming up in September. That if you sign up now, you can find info about it, but the deadline to sign up for the members retreat is Thursday. So it's close. And then, so that's supporter, but then supporter plus, you get all that plus a monthly mail art live stream, and you have access to submitting your address for mail art. And I try to always do mail art with an address from someone from the Supporter Plus members. So if you ever wanted your name on an envelope and have it mailed to you, I haven't really done any of those on my regular channel for non-members for a long time. So I'm mostly just doing that for the premium members. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. The lives, the member lives, generally, I'm not sure how many people are there, usually like 20 people. Really friendly chat. It's a great place to have your questions answered. And also, if you sign up now, you get access to all of the old member lives as well. And I've got a few that are more in depth on watercolor painting and coloring with alcohol markers. And like if you've ever like watched any of my videos and just wish that it wasn't edited quite so much, like you want to see the whole process from beginning to end, you know, like a live here, that would be a really great resource because you get to see the from beginning to end process. Also within those lives, sometimes I give sneak peeks. Like there was a member live I did. When was that? Was it in February? It may have been back in February, but I was testing a product that is coming out in May next month. And I was testing it to see if it would work because it was a little bit of a different type of stencil, and it worked so well. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use it. I've actually tested the actual stencil when it came in the mail, and it was lovely, even better than my paper stencil that I cut just in my craft room. So you get sneak peeks like that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a much smaller group than like here on a regular live. So I feel like I really get to know all of the members. Sharon, can you stop designing such great stuff? I am draining my bank account. Well, my cats thank you because it pays for their medical care. Fred might have to have a surgery coming up soon. We're going back to the vet on Friday, and we're really hoping for good news that he won't have to have surgery, but he might, and it's an expensive one. So yeah, he has an issue with one of his eyes. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I just noticed the rainbow colored dots on the edge of my shirt. A border like that would be really fun. I don't know how you could get it to be all different colors though. I don't know how you could do that. You'd have to like cut it and then maybe ink blend each little spot on its own. But it's on my sleeves too. Isn't that fun? It's a shirt from Bowden. I've had it for a couple years. I don't know if it's still available, but yeah. Let's see here. What is my favorite color in the new C9 colors? What is my favorite color? I really love Berry Kiss. Capri is so beautiful. I don't have any blues that are like that. I do know that, is it Sapphire something from Altenew is a somewhat similar blue. I don't have that ink. So I'm excited to have that very, very bright blue. There is an old nail polish from Dazzle Dry called Blueberry Snow Cone, and it is that blue. And it is beautiful. And we're all hoping that Dazzle Dry comes out with a similar color very soon. Please, please, please. We want it back. When it does, I'll be screaming it from the rooftops because I love that nail polish. I paid way too much for someone's really old bottle of Blueberry Snow Cone. Am I on Patreon also? No, it's only through YouTube. I've considered switching from YouTube over to Patreon just because I feel like there's better community features there. I've considered moving over to Patreon, but I would have to get all of my premium members to like switch over. And I don't even know how YouTube handles that, like shutting down the membership. I don't know how that works. But yeah, maybe I'll have to do a poll or something for my members and be like, would you prefer that we stay at YouTube or do you want to move to Patreon? I pay for a Patreon for a couple different creators, and I really do like the Patreon features, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, yes. Jennifer says, the testing was a fun video. Can't wait to get the stencils next month. Yes. It was a major sneak peek because I had not even finalized them yet. Oh, yes. Good wishes for Fred. Yes. A die border. I think that would be fun. Something with the dots. I should hold on. I have like a running list on my phone of like product ideas and requests from people. So I'm going to put that on here. Dot border die like Bowden shirt. Okay. It is on the list. Stencil border. Yeah, it could be a stencil border too. Just something with like that little circle on the edge would be fun. Almost like a Christmas light string. Yes. Leanne nailed it. Figured Berry Kiss. It is such a good pink. It's so good. Andrea says, I hope Fred doesn't end up losing his eye. We have one stray and a feral cat who live with us who each lost an eye due to infection. We had to pay the bills, but it was better than sick or dead cats. I don't think he'll lose his eye. He had an ulcer on his eye that healed, but he didn't slough off the dead skin. And so they call that a sequestrum, a feline corneal sequestrum. And if they don't clear that off themselves, you know, just from blinking and whatever, then that can cause issues down the line, which could cause him to lose his eye. But we're on top of it and we're catching it really early. And so we're hoping that, you know, at his appointment on Friday, it will have been about 2.5 weeks. And the vet wanted to give him time to see if he was going to, you know, slough off that dead skin on his own. So we're really hoping. I'm optimistic. I look at the eye and I really think it has improved, but my husband is skeptical. He's like, I don't know, it looks the same to me. I'm like, no, it looks better. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. I'm really, really hoping it's healing on its own, especially because then we won't have to deal with any like after surgery care, which did not sound fun. So anyway, we're really hoping. Does Berry Kiss coordinate with Dragon Fruit? Different values of the similar color. Yeah, I would say so. I would say Dragon Fruit is just a little. Hold on. We'll look at it. Hold on. Unfortunately, I don't have any cardstock cut like swatches, but well, I don't know. Dragon Fruit is like a little bit more purpley pink. They're really close though. This one is a little warmer, and then Dragon Fruit is more of a cool toned pink. So I think this is like a true magenta. And this is just, well, Berry Kiss is aptly named. I was going to say more of a berry. It's like a berry version of magenta. Yeah. May my view on Fred's eye win? Yes, I hope so. I really hope so. I have been the my husband's been helpful with doing medication in his eye when he can, but for the most part, it's been me. And then we're slightly concerned because my mom is going to be taking care of the cats while we're gone, and she will have to chase Fred around the house and grab him to give him his medication. And if anyone knows, like giving medication to your pet is always a little bit of to-do, a little bit of a struggle, but then to try to like, oh, I can hear Fred meowing in the hall, or not Fred, but Kevin. But then to have your elderly mother have to do it, I'm sadly worried because, yeah, traveling to Jennifer's next week. So my mom will be taking care of the cats. Is Surfside darker or lighter compared to Sea Glass? Darker. More intense color, for sure. Sea Glass is really, really pale in comparison. Oh, good. Jennifer did some comparisons. That's good. She already has cardstock swatches and stuff, so that's good. Let's see. Yes, very hard to medicate cats on your own. It's kind of like I have a whole system. I like sit in the room with Fred and I'm like, wait till he kind of calms down. He's just sitting there and he's chilling. And then I'll get up and like walk across the room, like away from him. And the last minute, like dart over and grab him. Because if he suspects any movement coming toward him, he darts out of the room. And then I have to go chase him around the house. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Melanie says, my mom had to chase around our feral cat and put drops in his eye. It was like a circus. If there were cameras, put it that way. Oh, yeah. My cat needs 2 pills and I sneak them into her food by crushing them. No fun chasing her and forcing them down her throat. If he does have to have surgery, I suspect that he'll have to do a oral antibiotic for the surgery. Apparently, they like do the surgery and then they temporarily sew the eye shut while it heals. No, thank you. Just so that the cat doesn't bug it. And give it the best opportunity to heal. And then you have to take him back and they unsew it and then open his eye and hope everything's good. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want that surgery. Oh, I would ask Sika to come and nurse Fred, but Sika will be at Jennifer's too. I'm like, dang it. But I think Seek is going to come out in August when my husband and I travel together again. I think Seek is going to come out. If it's just a few days, like 2 or 3 days, my mom is fine taking care of them. But if it's like a little bit, if it's a week, then we like to have someone come and take care of them. Oh my word. We had a cat who would keep a pill in her mouth for minutes until we let go and then would spit it out. They're smart. They are smart. Oh yes, hopefully no surgery. Yes. All right. Well, speaking of cats, I don't know if you guys can hear them meowing out in the hallway, but they are out there meowing. So I'm going to go get the cats. Fred has his meds in 45 minutes. So clock is ticking, cat. All right. Well, I have to say with Fred, with the eye drops, he does tolerate them really well once I get him and I can like hold him. I hold him like a football and then I do the eye drops. But it's actually getting him that is the problem because he runs away and he's very fast. So that's where we're at. All right. Everyone have a lovely evening. I hope you find time to craft and make something this week. Put down your phone, put away your computer, enjoy something in the great outdoors. Stay away from social media. I mean, I'm on social media. Yes, look at my Instagram posts, but also spend some time away from your devices. You'll feel better. And crafting is a great way to do that. So I hope you'll get some crafting time this week. I will see you all next Monday from Jennifer's. Have a good night.